So I've had a lot of requests to teach how to cook a turkey. Now a turkey is no different than a big oversized baked chicken. Today I'm going to teach you how to clean, season, and bake a turkey from scratch. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. So this is basically a young California turkey. It's not a butterball or anything. I got it on sale during Thanksgiving time. It's only a 14-pounder. Like I said, it's not much bigger than a chicken. See how it's looking? We're gonna get the wrapping off of the bird, and I'm gonna show you how to take all the insides out. All right, so we have the wrapping off, and then this metal thing right here, you kind of want to get the legs out from underneath it. You don't want to get rid of it because that's how you're gonna hold the legs back in place. When I was a little girl, my Aunt Tylene used to sew the turkey shut with a needle and thread. Oh boy, I used to enjoy watching her do that. Now this turkey still has a little bit of ice in the middle, but not too much. So we get the neck out of there. And then I'm gonna get my hands in there and take all that blood that's in the back part and dump it in there. But let me show you something that a lot of people don't know about turkey that chicken doesn't have. In this back part of the turkey, they package it by putting a bag in there. A lot of people don't know that bag's in there, and then they cook the whole turkey with all this stuff in it. This is the inside part, like the gizzard, and I call it the gizzard and the lizard and stuff. I don't eat that part, but a lot of people put this in their gravy. So I'm gonna take that out, and then I'm gonna take this to the sink, get everything cleaned off. I'm gonna squeeze this lemon all over the bird, and then we're gonna come back and get it seasoned. So I took it to the sink and I got it all clean, took out everything from the inside, everything. I squeezed the lemon all over it. If you don't have lemon or lime, use distilled white vinegar. And so here, we're gonna come under here, we're gonna try to break through under the skin without letting our fingers go through the top of the skin. Because we don't just want the seasonings to go on top of the skin here, we want it to go underneath too. So we're starting with ricotta, and I'm using the paste instead of the powder because I just like to get it in there and rub it all over, because this is the thing that makes the turkey get dark. So you're going to use the ricotta, get it a little bit wet so it can rub more easier than this. Rub it all over, and you also rub it on the inside of the turkey. I'm going to rub some more on this one. Let me show you how we move to the salt. I don't sprinkle the salt and the black pepper like I do with other meats because I wanted to get an even assortment, and I didn't measure this. I just did an equal amount of salt and black pepper too. You know, I just kind of eyeballed it, get it on my hand, and I want to get there and rub it. We don't want to sprinkle this one, we want to rub it. We also want to get here to where we can rub it on the inside of the turkey and also on the skin. So this is going to get the seasoning in the turkey without over salting and over peppering it. So I'm going to get some more ricotta on the top of this, and then I'm going to flip it over to do the other side. This is going to constitute our marinade. I've got some onions chopped in there. I should have some cilantro, but I don't have any cilantro on hand, and like how the show is called the Bear Pantry Show, we're going to make do with what we have. So we're going to have garlic that's minced, we have onions, we have these yellow peppers that I like, chili peppers, just a little bit, we don't need a whole lot. And then we're gonna put this in the, let's put a little bit of water so it doesn't burn up my magic bullet. Put the cross blade on, and we're gonna give this a whirl. So we have here our turkey pan, and you can have those throwaway kind, and I used to use those for many years, but finally last Thanksgiving I invested in this, and it was a very good investment. This is one of those non-stick pans. You see all this red that's in here? It's from ricotta that was cooked already on our Thanksgiving turkey. So here we're going to transfer our bird into the pan, and then we're going to move on to the stuffing. And I have a video up already on how to make the Belizean style spicy stuffing. Go take a look at that to see how to get the stuffing to this point. Then we're going to put the butter in and start putting the stuffing in the bird, and then we're going to add the marinade. So this is basically butter, and I don't use margarine for anything except for powder buns, and I'll tell you why when I get to the powder bun video. But this is just butter that I'm working in. Some people use broth, but I don't like using broth because then I would have to go make that from scratch, because I don't buy anything that's in a box and stuff, because I really have issues with MSG, so I really try to limit things in cans and boxes that I do in cooking. So basically we get it wet enough with the butter and we make it into a little ball like this so we could fit our hands inside the turkey. And we start stuffing it in. That's why it's called stuffing. So we have our neck in the pan. We have, I think this is the gizzards. Joe wants to eat that, so he puts that in. And I've got the turkey stuffed pretty much to capacity in there with the stuffing. I put the two legs back in a little wire thing so you don't have to get the needle and thread and sew it shut like they used to do in the olden days. We've got some leftover stuffing that we could try to put here, you know, set it in there. If you've got a lot of leftovers, because I'm gonna really force this to go in, but if you have a lot of leftovers that will not fit because you did several recipes, just put it in aluminum foil and kind of tuck it in the pan here. But it's not gonna sit there and bake with the turkey the whole time. So here's our marinade, and like I said, we don't have any cilantro, so it doesn't look green. It looks a real funny color, but this is gonna taste good. I wanted to do it even though we didn't have the cilantro, because I want you to know that you don't have to run out to the store and get something that you don't have and say, oh, I can't make it because I don't have that. That's why this show is called the Bear Pantry Show, because we're gonna make do. So this is not enough marinade to start off this turkey, and it's gonna release some of its own oils and fats and stuff, but we still want a little bit more water in here so that it doesn't burn when we start it off. And we're gonna stick this in the oven. The oven has been heating up for a long time now, and it's on 350 degree Fahrenheit. 20 minutes for every pound of turkey. So 20 times 14 is, carry the 1, divided by 60, about 4.5 hours. I'm just messing with you guys. I know that a turkey this size has to go about 4.5 hours. The only way it would be less is if you have one of those convection ovens, the new kind that really cooks fast. Other than that, you really want this bird to cook through and through so that you don't poison anybody. So we're gonna go ahead and stick it in the oven, and we're gonna check on it at about 2 hours into the cooking so that we can turn it over from the belly to the back so that the back can get roasted dry and it's not sitting in this thing and just getting soggy, because I hate when it sits in that thing and just gets soggy. So see you in a couple of hours. So this is what the turkey looks like after 1 hour in the oven. See, I have it stuffed to the gills. See how it released its own juices right here? This is not even my marinade, I think, that I poured in there. It's its own juices. So what we can do is get some of this and just squirt it over it to make it not be so dry. And I'm not gonna cover it yet. I'm gonna give it another hour, because this has only been an hour, so it could get more brown, and then I'm gonna cover the top with I'm gonna turn it over and then let that brown a little bit, and then cover the top with the aluminum foil. Okay, this is right at the 2 hour mark. See how goldeny brown our bird looks? So I'm gonna take it from the oven and I'm gonna flip it over on its belly so that the back can start getting brown. So I flipped it over. I'm not gonna cover it with the aluminum foil yet because I want this to get crispy on the outside here and also brown, okay? I'll be back in about half hour to cover it up with the aluminum foil and let it cook for another 2 to 2.5 hours. So just now I flipped the turkey over so it could cook on the other side. I didn't put any butter on it because it seemed to be basted really well and moist. If you're having trouble where the turkey is looking kind of dry, just get a little bit of butter and rub it over the breast part of the turkey, okay? So like I said with the Bear Pantry Show, you do what you need to do to make your dish come out the way you want it to come out. This is only a guide. Here's our finished product, our beautiful turkey. It just got out of the oven. We cooked it for 4 hours and 15 minutes. We have to take the stuffing out, and we're gonna wait for it to be cooled, completely cooled, before we start carving it. So once again, we're at the end of another show. I hope you've enjoyed baking turkey with me. There's a couple of things that I want you to know about the turkey. When it comes to thawing it out, in order to prevent people from getting sick, you need to go ahead and thaw the turkey in the refrigerator at least 24 hours before you're gonna make it. If you don't have time to do that, then set it on the counter in a bowl of cold water. When it comes to the stuffing, although you can keep the stuffing in there from the night before if you prepared the bird the night before, when it's done cooking, immediately remove the stuffing and put it in another container. Again, I thank you for watching. I thank you for subscribing. If you have questions, go ahead and send me a message. And until I see you again, take care.